So you probably remember the pumpkin that I had outside for Halloween. Well, now I've put it in a plant hanger. I've got it outside with a little extra decor, and it's going to be in my window where I can enjoy the hummingbirds and Zoe too, hanging out there, well, let's say until Christmas, because that is so cute and I love watching it. And later on, I can hang it in the garden because after all, it's a pumpkin and we grow pumpkins in the garden. So let's see how we put this together and how we set it up so we can hang it anywhere we want, on a patio, a deck, or even in the garden.
So I brought the pumpkin in that was outside. You saw it set up. All the birds have been taking a bath, and I put it in this plant hanger. Now this one cost me $1.25 at Dollar Tree. You may or may not be able to find them in the winter, but in the spring, come the first of the year, they're going to have them. And you probably could get them anywhere else, Home Depot, Lowe's, and any plant store, Walmart, Target. And now what I did was I put the pumpkin in there, and I had some silk plants. And I thought, you know what? It'll give it a little bit of a oomph, in looks, because it'll have the leaves there, and it'll give a little color to it. Because this is now being set up for the fall before winter. So I went ahead and I started to add it on. Now, I could have used zip ties, but I decided to use the frog tape, the green painter's tape. Same thing I use all over in the garden to tape up my tomato plants and any plants that are drooping, whether it's to a stake or to itself, it works. Because when you put it on outside, when it's dry and it sticks to itself, that even when it rains, it stays up. So it's going to work perfect for the water features. I even use it on the inside on the pumps when I have to make the spout a little bit thicker if the straw is too loose. So here what I did was I tear it off just a couple tiny little pieces. I kind of wanted it where you don't really see it, and it's going to hold on this silk vine that I've got. Now, is the silk vine really good for the outdoors? I don't know. It's going to last a few months, so who knows? It might last longer, but it's just for looks. And I'm going to turn the fountain so when I enjoy it as it's hanging in the basket, I'm going to see the pumpkin. So it's representing fall, autumn, and even into winter with a nice ripe pumpkin. In other words, the jack-o'-lantern face will be facing outward and the beautiful pumpkin facing towards my kitchen window. Now this pumpkin I bought at Walmart for $2, and it's a pail, like a bucket. The kids go trick-or-treating with it. Now you can get these probably at Target and different places. You will have to look around, but you don't have to use a pumpkin. You can get yourself any nice bucket, a kid's beach bucket, or any bucket that is plastic, because you want to use it for a fountain. That's all you need to get. It just so happens, being Halloween was coming, I decided to look at these pumpkins and I thought, oh, this is just too cute, because I'm also making planters out of them for the garden. So I decided to make the fountain out of it. It was a big success. I've already now got 2 fountains and I've got other things I'm using this for. But again, I want to remind you, you can use any bucket you want and do the same thing. And then you can decorate it as well, like I'm doing here. And this is a metal frame, lightweight though, it's not that heavy. And you can see the 3 chains. And then on the top, on this one, because I've used it before for another fountain, I zip tied on a plate. Now the reason I put the plate on the top, the blue one, is to kind of separate the wire. So it wouldn't be so narrow when it's hanging, and the hummingbirds can fly right to it, giving them plenty of room for their wings. And they had more space. See how it separates it on the wire? And that size plate worked really good. But any plate, you can do it the same way, just to get those chains so they're further apart. Because remember, the hummingbirds are buzzing around and we want to give them plenty of room to fly in and out to take a bath or get a drink. Now I'm putting back the whole pump as it was with the black funnel. This is a USB fountain, but of course you can use a solar one. I like the USB. I don't need an outlet outside, just a little power bank. And it's a straw in there. You can go back and watch the video how I actually made this one. And this is like a poppet toy, a fidget toy. I picked that up over at Dollar Tree. Now you can use a jar cap off a mayonnaise jar or anything else to slip on top. It's kind of a platform. So when the birds come in, they can stand on it and it will hold a little bit of water and they can splash on it, take a drink, or do what they want. You can put anything you want. If you wanted to, you could load the top up with some stones. You can get a Dollar Tree, and you don't have to put anything. And then you can cut the straw, which I believe I'm going to cut the straw now, because I want to make sure when it's hanging that the birds, because it's not just for hummingbirds, it's for all the birds. When they come in to get a drink, they have enough headroom. So when it's sitting outside, they can just fly down on it. Now they've got to fly in sideways. So I will trim that straw down. No need to have it that tall. That will give them another, inch or so that they just come in and take a drink, sit down, do what they want, take a bath. And isn't that cute? I mean, you could add on more silk flowers. You could do anything you want. But that's all there is to it, to hang it up for outside. There it is. Adorable. Now, I took it outside. Now, I use these pulleys. They come in black and white. See that? And I can adjust my hummingbird feeders as well as the bird baths as to how high or how low I want it. And it's so easy to pull them up and down and adjust the height. So I've been using them all over on the deck for the hummingbird feeders. So I can make them, stagger them at different heights. And I'm using it also for the water features. It's worked. And I love them. There it is out my window. Now it's all set up, and now we just wait and see if a hummingbird is going to come. And sure enough, there was one I saw looking around, and it came over. Look at this. It's not sure what it is, and all this little guy wants, it looks like, is a drink. Just a little drink of water. I see them come outside to the fountains to do the same thing. And then when I was waiting, now keep in mind, I've only hung this thing out for a day. So it's really new. And once they're used to it, they'll be all over it. But here comes a house finch. Oh yeah, I know this one. I took a drink when it was sitting on the shelf. Now I've got another one back there. And so he took a drink. Look how beautiful and red he is. And again, it's hard to see through because that's the screen, the window screen. But this is what I see from the inside of my kitchen. The birds now coming to the water fountain. And then here comes another one. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a very busy fountain. Please leave your comments. I love reading through. What do you think? Oh, look how cute. Can you imagine I can sit in my kitchen or make dinner and look outside and watch the hummingbirds and all the birds come to get water on something I put out there? Leave your comments. I'm going to read through. Do you think it's cute? I think it's cute. And later on, we'll set something else up. But for now, this is perfect for the season. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Oh my gosh, I think this is so cute. Well, let's put it this way. It's different.